Hi guys, it's Legionero. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 4 of our 12 days of DIY Christmas gift ideas. If you're new here, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Alright, today we're doing this really cute reversible fabric basket. Alright, so go ahead and grab your tools and I'll meet you at the table. Alright, so I always like to cut out a template. So I cut out a template that measures 12 by 12 and my gussets measure 2.5 inches. Alright, so 12 by 12 with 2.5 inch gussets on each side. So what you're going to need to do, you're going to need to cut 2 pieces of your main fabric, 2 pieces of your lining fabric, and 2 pieces of interfacing. Now you can use a mid to heavyweight interfacing or you can use a fusible fleece depending on the fabric that you're using. I'm using a very heavyweight denim, so I'm not going to need any interfacing, but if you were using a cotton cloth or a canvas, you need to use some interfacing for your two main fabric pieces. And if you want an even sturdier basket, you can add some lightweight interfacing to your 2 lining pieces. All right, so 2 main pieces, 2 lining pieces, and 2 interfacing pieces. So what you're going to do now, you're going to take your 2 main pieces, place them with right side spacing, and you're going to pin or clip down the sides and across the bottom. You're going to do the same thing to your lining. Right side spacing, pin down the sides and across the bottom. Once you have them both pinned, you'll take them to the sewing machine. You'll sew down the sides, across the bottom, and you will also sew up your gussets, but I'll show you that when we get to the sewing machine. Alright, take these to the sewing machine and sew down the sides and across the bottom for both pieces, and you're sewing using a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Alright, for your gussets, I'm just placing my hand through the hole in the top. You line up these 2 seam allowances. Make sure they're nice and straight. And if you want to, you can press your fabric to make sure your seam allowances stay straight. I'm not doing it just for sake of time for the video. Alright. You can use a pin or clip to hold it in place. And you will sew that gusset closed. Alright, so ½ inch seam allowance. Okay, now that you've got your 2 pieces sewn down the sides, across the bottom, and you've also sewn up your gussets, you can trim these things down if you want to. Your seam allowances, same things. Your seam allowances, you can trim them down if you like. I'm just going to do it in this gusset area. Alright, so turn your main fabric to the right side. leave your lining fabric with the wrong side facing out. Place your main fabric on the inside of your lining fabric so they will be right sides facing. Right. Pin all the way around. I like to start at my seams, my side seams. If I can get this open. Come on, Wonder Woman. All right, there we go. Right, I like to open up my seams and then put a pin to make sure your seams are nice and lined up on both sides. And then you will continue to pin all the way around. As you're pinning, you're going to leave a small opening in the top on one of your sides. Doesn't matter where you leave your opening, but you're going to leave an opening. Alright, so I just left my opening here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it to the sewing machine. I'm going to start at one pin, sew all the way around, and stop at this pin, leaving my opening one large enough so I can turn my fabric basket to the right side. Alright, do that, and I will meet you back here. Alright, so you can trim down your seam allowance if you want to. And after you do that, you can trim it down by the 1/8 of an inch. After you do that, using the opening that you left in the top, turn it to the right side. Alright, once you have it turned to the right side, go ahead and place your lining on the inside. And what you're going to do now, you're going to go to your ironing board and you're going to press. Make sure when you're pressing, you want to make sure everything is tucked in all nice and neat. Make sure when you're pressing, you take the seam allowance and tuck it on the inside where you left that opening. Alright? So let me start to press. This denim is really thick. Right, and I'm coming around to my opening. I'm going to make sure what I'm going to do, I'm going to tuck the seam allowance from the denim in first and press that so it'll lay flat. Alright, and then tuck the seam allowance from the lining. And I just did that because my denim was so thick and sturdy. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, just pressing it a little so it'll look nice and neat. So what you're going to do now, you're going to take it to the sewing machine and you're going to top stitch all the way around, making sure to close that opening that you left in the lining. And you'll be done. Alright, so your fabric basket is all done, and it's also reversible. So if you wanted the inside to be the outside, you could just turn it over and let your lining fabric be your main fabric. And also, if you want to kind of just give it a little pop, you could turn down about 1 inch. Right, and people can see the little pop of color on your fabric basket. Right, thank you for watching. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. And I will see you tomorrow in day 5 of our 12 days of DIY Christmas gift ideas.